Hello, welcome to Fight for the Title. Madden simulated some games crazy accurately last week and has some predictions this week that will blow your mind. Last week, Madden predicted 11 of 16 games correct. That is the best and most accurate week so far. That is a 69% correct rate. Nice. That brings the overall season totals to 24 of 48 games correct, which also brings the total correct percentage back up to 50, same as it was after week 1. Madden said that the Dolphins would blow out the Broncos. Blowout is an understatement. They blew the brakes off the Broncos 70-20. Still an impressive prediction. It also simulated a huge upset of the Cardinals beating the Cowboys, and I don't think a prediction that has come true has ever made me happier. Now, let's get into this week's predictions. Madden has not had the Packers losing once so far this season. Let the trend continue as they beat the Lions in Week 4, 31-28. Both teams started off going blow for blow in the first half with 35 of the total points coming in the second quarter. The Lions had 3 touchdowns in that quarter. The Packers squeak out a victory in a heated rivalry matchup. The Falcons scored a touchdown in every quarter of this game to beat the Jaguars 28-17. They get back on track after losing last week, while the Jaguars continue their struggles, losing multiple weeks in a row to teams they should be better than and games they probably should have won. If I were a Bills fan, I would be shaking right now. After the 70 bomb the Miami Dolphins dropped last week, I don't think any team wanted to be the opponent to play them the following week. Fortunately for the Bills, they quiet the Dolphins down in this one and win 28-27, giving the Dolphins their first loss of the season. There is only one game this week that has more unfortunate fan bases than the ones in this game. They will be next, however, as in this one, 2 0-3 teams face off in an attempt to not be the worst team in the NFC. Another close game as the Vikings will finally put a win on the board, beating the Panthers 36-35. Maybe some of that Kirk O'Chain's close game magic can show itself once again. Alright, this game. This is the one. A chance to be the biggest dumpster fire televised all season long. It's a tale of 2 teams that hate scoring and love giving their opponents chances to win. They also attempt to draw smaller and smaller crowds to watch each week they play. I'd probably rather put a needle through both of my eyes than watch this game. With that said, the Broncos are predicted to make the Chicago Bears continue to be the laughingstock of the league. Denver wins 42-14 in this one. Not a chance of that ever happening with a score like that. Games like these are why I have to give a disclaimer that these are Madden's predictions and not mine every single week. Another rivalry game this week between the Ravens and the Browns. 2 of the most elite quarterbacks facing off in this matchup. Wait, am I reading this right? Anyways, the Ravens win 35-24. Do you enjoy one-score games? Then you are going to love this banger. The Steelers are masters of the one-score, clench your butthole because they might give the game away type of games. They pull it off in this one, beating the Houston Texans by a score of 21-14. Thanks to the 2 touchdowns they put on the board in the fourth quarter. The final score in this one was Rams 21, Colts 3. The Rams were stout in defense, and I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with the Anthony Richardson situation yet, so Gardner Minshew is the starter for now. I'm a fan of him, but I don't think he's a great solution if Richardson is going to be out for any extended period of time. Okay, let me just get it out of the way that when these 2 teams play against each other, it's one of the most elite uniform combinations out there. That's about the only good thing in this game, though. The Saints stomp the Bucs 35-10. Time for Tampa to tank so they can get a top 2 pick. Every time there's an upset pick by Madden, it always seems to involve the Eagles in some way. It happened again with the Commies beating the Eagles 31-28. Quite a few close games this week. Looks like Jalen Hurts couldn't tush-push his way to a win. I have been waiting all season for the Bengals to actually do something fun. Yes, I can say that now that the regular season is basically a quarter way through. Doesn't seem right, does it? Well, we finally get that against the Titans. As for the Titans fans, you might just want to turn off the video now. The Bengals steamrolled Tennessee 42-7 in the biggest blowout this week. I really do hope Joe Burrow can show out in one of these games soon, because we all need a little Joe Burrow playing well in our life. The Chargers took a note out of the Dolphins playbook by running up the score at the end of this game. They beat the Raiders 42-24. Even when they had the game in hand, they continued to score until they put up 28 points in the fourth quarter. I'm kind of liking this no mercy style of football going on here. Let's keep it going. Cowboys beat the Patriots 27-9. Cardinals, what are you doing? Getting a big win last week and trying to be competitive this week? You're supposed to be tanking for Caleb Williams. Even with the effort, they couldn't beat the elite Brock Purdy-led 49ers. San Francisco wins 33-28. Great effort, Cardinals, but you can stop that now. All I can say is I feel bad for Zach Wilson. He was supposed to be a bench warmer this year. Now he's just the punching bag for every team that plays the Jets. The score was Chiefs 31, Jets 13. Never a close game as Kansas City went up early and never looked back. In the final matchup of Week 4, we get the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Football Giants. Maybe before the season this looked like it was going to be a good matchup, but not anymore. I could have told you last year that the Giants were frauds with Daniel Jones and that they don't deserve so many primetime games. But here we are. In a low-scoring affair, the Seahawks win 17-10. The Giants played like they have all season, going 3/4 of the game without a score. It was closer than it should have been, but Seattle wins it. That's your Week 4 Madden predictions. Check out the past predictions from the season and a neatly packaged playlist I've made. Subscribe for more future predictions every week this season, along with additional NFL content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.